drop. Get it to the outside. Boston on the catch. And he gets to the 39.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Rodgers to pass. He's got Boston, a first down for Washington. Across the 25. And out to the 29-yard line. They're down complete.
Big gap in the middle of the field.
Weaver State right now, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jake.
Throwing is running forward, progress was stopped.
They're calling for the ball. They're saying the ball came out.
Coleman to the sideline. Cameron Davis, senior, missed off last year, is in. Rodgers sprints right. Boston with another catch. A first down for Washington. He's brought down just outside the 40-yard line.
So it's effective.
2nd and 2. Rodgers pass caught. First down, Huskies. Boston again.
Rodgers and Boston are going to work out.
Williams, bubble screen. Lots of room. Still on his feet, finally brought down Denzel Boston. Season total in catches from last year.
This drive's all about the future. There's Damon Williams flashing a handoff to freshman Adam Muhammad and throwing the screen out to Denzel Boston, who's a sophomore. So pretty exciting right now, but pretty exciting going forward as well.
Williams to pass, got a guy, touchdown, Denzel Boston. Welcome to
put a little sauce on it, baby. Watch him come in here, bam, foot in the ground. When you lose a DB like that, that's when you might throw up on Instagram tomorrow.
For the penalty, the ball is pushed back to the 18-yard line, but it's Washington forcing a turnover for the first time this year. And here's a pass that's complete. Denzel Boston first down over the 35 to the 36-yard line. Alyssa Church the game here in the first half. But Washington has found their footing thanks in large part to Will Rogers throwing the ball to grab for a touchdown on the last drive. And this drive ends with a pass to Denzel Boston for a score. Previous 2 years, just 7 catches, but 6 last week and 2 today.
Look at the bottom of your screen. Denzel runs a nice little post route. There's a safety in there. Rodgers has got to get the ball to Boston before the safety comes over.
2nd and goal at the 1. The throw. Boston hangs on to this one and gets his feet down and bounds for the score.
All the Eagles were looking for. Here's Jackson coming in motion. Just a crossing route. They both go out. One to the back pylon, one to the short side. It's an easy pitch and catch for.
They dial up another blitz. Sideline shot. Boston. First down, Huskies. Recognize that one-on-one coverage, Colton. Put it right on it.
This is really good coverage right here by Ethan O'Connor. But when you're facing a 6'4" receiver in Denzel Boston, everybody else is ready to go. He's a little late.
10th penalty backs him up 5. They take a shot there. Now he's got some work to do. He gets out to the 24, well short of a first down. Denzel Boston. It's a nice game, but back to the air. Rodgers, crosser, Boston pushed out of bounds. Denzel Boston got down close inside the 5.
Got a little bit of shake, a little bit of wiggle in him.
Rodgers to pass to the wide side. Boston, a first down. Out across midfield.
But plenty of talent in wide receiver.
Play action. Rodgers going to take a shot. Down the seam. Boston! Got it! Touchdown! Boston has his moment, and Washington's on the board.
Yeah, and for the Husky fans, this is almost an exact replay of the touchdown that Giles Jackson had a week ago in the Apple Cup, except this time it's the man Van.
Rodgers, the pass, and hits Boston again. That's been a nice connection. Boston doing a last week against Washington State. He's on pace to obliterate that career high.
Boy, you see Evan Smith given all kinds of cushion and just doesn't get out of his eye again.
Yep. DeGraff, the tight end, setting an edge. Boston has another touchdown. From the get-go tonight, Rodgers to Boston.
Well, tremendous anticipation on this throw, and we see Boston, see the little shift to the stack, puts a quarterback in a bad position, but I got to tell you, man, he's making that body language. I don't know that he's ready to come back in anytime soon.
On the slant, quick completion of Boston. How good has he been tonight? Evans just 12 yards. Boston 5 targets, 5 catches, 100 yards. Those 2 touchdowns highlighting the day, and you can add to the total here, and you can move the sticks once again.
Opportunities, a lot to grow on.
A lot different from when he was trying to set a baseline standard when he took over at Arizona. The program.
Muhammad is the setback. Little curl out to Boston. Denzel Boston breaks free and is going to score. Touchdown, Huskies. Brennan Carroll.
And an even better job by Denzel Boston. He comes and then he hooks up. It's shallow cross, but he comes, he sees his zone, he hooks up right over the ball, and it's a perfect pass, and he gets outside, and the rest is all him, legs to the end zone. What an outstanding job. So many times.
The history of Greg Schiano coach teams. Trouble. Rodgers pass. Oh, that's a thing of beauty. He stuck to it that time, didn't he? Gets it down. Jabome right there with it. Look at this, how he escapes this.
That's as good as it gets, and keep your eyes downfield and make a throw. What a nice job by Will Rogers, unshaken with all the pressure.
Franchise Stadium, if they get a stop right here. Going deep. Caught. Great reception by Denzel Boston. Sort of tipped it to himself.
What a courageous throw by Will Rogers. 4th and 1, and you go down the field to the aforementioned Denzel Boston.
Carroll and for Jed Fish. Fade pattern, open. It's Boston. It's touchdown. Boy, they could have used that about 2 remaining.
That's a big mistake by the cornerback of not recognizing the situation. You don't go for the first move. Robert Longerbeam, a veteran who is mad at himself because he knows.
From their own 47 now. Got to look to the sidelines. And they do. And they're going to say that he did get out of bounds. Timeout is called. With
Jeremiah Hunter along with those 2 and the tight end Latu. They will go to the air on first down. Rodgers fires open. Boston got it in stride and into Michigan territory. 35 yards on the first play of the game.
Well, right away they go after Jair Hill instead of Will Johnson. A little out and up, and Hill bit on the fake. And they talked about these 2 corners from Michigan. They're aggressive. They want to go after to make plays. And the first play
to shine and show exactly what the education looked like. Here's a 3rd and 8. Quick slant, quick catch, first down. It is Boston. Play clock down to 2. Rodgers, end zone. Boston, touchdown. His 8th of the year gets Washington.
Because Hill fell down, this ended up being a touchdown. Hill's in good position, and he slips. And because of that slip, Boston's able to get his hands on the football.
What an effort to get the foot down.
Yeah.
That right.
Pro style, much different verbiage.
Boston with the grab.
And there's the first down. Now maybe they get a little bit more aggressive. Wow. Nice job by Cameron Davis and pass pro.
Rodgers protected. Perfectly delivered. Boston out of bounds. Working against Jair Hill, and he wins the battle. 16 yards.
Too big of a cushion by Jair Hill. I mean, he's just bailing out of there. This is a long throw from the right hash to the left.
Formation. Rodgers short set, accurate again. Into plus territory with Boston. He just waited and waited for his time in college football behind those talented. Rodgers back on. He wants to throw, launching end zone. Boston, touchdown again. The 9th.
This is pretty good right here. Watch the steps. It's just going to be a little fade route, right? He's just going to go right to the back corner of the end zone, create space. The whole key there, Jason. And it's what he learned from Ron Madunze and all those vets. Don't run to the pylon.
Yep.
run into that DB, so your QB's got all that real estate to put it right back there for the big frame.
Look at the line here. 3 on the left side. Wide splits. Here comes Llewellyn. Throw on a crosser. He's got it for Boston, and Boston launches himself right around the line here. It's not really a pork loin sandwich. They like more. That throw is over the middle. That's right there. Boston again down the middle of the field to the 24-yard line.
Indiana's defense hasn't allowed a first quarter point yet this year. Rodgers on the move, and he throws to the second level to Denzel Boston. Did that go through Kaleki Latu? I think. And Rodgers is going to throw under pressure over the middle. Denzel Boston down inside the 40.
We talked about the play action game being such a factor for Washington. Linebackers for Indiana, they get sucked up on this play action to stop Jonah Coleman. You can see Aiden Fisher in your screen there, and then just get the ball thrown right behind him, right behind Aiden Fisher over his helmet. This is where Jed Fish really wants to operate today. If they can have a little success running the football, the play action game.
Rodgers stands in and delivers. Denzel Boston, a conversion.
This has been the matchup we've talked about a lot.
FBS. It's going to be fun to watch the different pressure packages. Rodgers to the outside on the slant route out to the 15-yard line. They're going to be a half a yard short. Rashid, step up and try to make life uncomfortable for Will Rodgers. Rodgers gets it out of his hand. He's got Boston out to the 30-yard line. And that'll push the chains for a first down.
Knows the offense well. So Adam Muhammad, he's got all the makings and talent, but he gets to learn from a vet.
Behind Boston, able to reroute himself, make the catch, and inside the red zone go the Huskies.
What a really nice catch. This is
Rodgers to throw on first down, runs the slant to Boston. Down to the 25-yard line, getting to 24. Little Morrow's receptions. Go empty. Rodgers had some trouble containing that snap. Still got it to Boston. Third down and short.
Seen him hit that slant route.
Rodgers to pass. Gets to the outside. Boston. First down. Washington. Let's go downstairs. Brooke Fletcher talked with Lincoln Riley. Brown on the bottom of the screen. Matched up with Boston one-on-one. They go that way. Boston makes the catch, gets out of the tackle of Brown to the 40-yard line. Boston's helmet pops off.
So good circle of life in football because Russell Davis's dad, part of the 07 Giants, of course, beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl as Rodgers throws for a first down to Boston. So Russell Davis, and they kicked a field goal to extend their lead. UCLA just missed one, staying a 4-point game. And Williams on target to Denzel Boston, who steps out of a tackle, cutting back past midfield.
Here's the difference in the game. UCLA can't just execute these little sliders, get things going right here. It turns into a huge play. Boston gets cut back to nothing. Great cutback and make a miss on Addison. Keep that baby high and tight.
Mightily this year, kicking the ball. Let's see how they handle the third and long. Quick throw over the middle. Denzel Boston gets crunched in between a couple Oregon defenders. Brandon Johnson, the first one in the year. Boston was the target a lot early this season. He's got single coverage, and they're going to him in the end zone. He made the grab, but it didn't look like he get the feet down. They're going to call it a catch. First and goal. Williams to throw. Williams rifles. It is caught. Denzel Boston pays it off.
The back of the end zone for Boston. Here he goes the back of the end zone, but Jeremiah Hunter, number 6, kind of held his defender, so it was one-on-one in the back, and Williams is able to get the ball to his big receiver. Brandon Johnson, the nickel. 15 more days of camaraderie and guys being in the locker room together. The early signing period happens soon. The transfer portal opens soon. And it's a good way to kind of keep
yards in 2 plays.
49 and 40 on those 2 to Jackson. And off the RPO, right back to it. This one's good to Denzel Boston.
Sure was. 12 start. Denzel Boston just
done for the day. Williams throws on the run, throws to Boston again.
Again, Louisville playing a